When it comes to learning a different language, one of the biggest blockers or struggles that many people tell me is it's hard to find the time, or you're too busy, or there's too much going on, and it's not a priority right now. It's hard to integrate language learning into your busy lifestyle. So, a few YouTube videos ago, I created a link where you could submit your current routine, a few things that you do on a regular basis, as well as your interests, so that I could make a new video and I could tell you which language activities you could do and fit into your current routine. And also, I asked for interest because it has to be something that you like doing, otherwise, you won't continue doing it and it'll be hard to learn a language when you don't enjoy it. So in this video, I'm going to go through a couple of people who have submitted their routines and their interests, and I'm going to share what I would do in their situation. Now, first person is someone called Philomena. Now, I'm not going to include a surname just for data protection, but basically she knows who she is. And when she submitted the form, she included the following routine, which is having a shower between 5 to 10 minutes. And I've put that because that's normally the amount of time it takes you to have a shower. And in terms of hobbies, she's put traveling as a main hobby. So that's what I'm going to focus on. And to be fair, most people have a shower anyway, so it'll be useful for you watching this video as well to understand how to integrate language learning into your current lifestyle if you do these things. And routine being having a shower should be what everyone does at least once per day. So let's get into it. Hobbies being traveling. Well, there's so many different podcasts. So I've not asked what language you're learning. However, you can go away and do exactly what I tell you to based on this. So if I want to listen to content around traveling, I'm going to go probably on Spotify or YouTube, and I'm going to search in travel vlogs or travel podcasts, and a load of stuff will come up. Now, I've not asked Philomena what her target language is, but it can be applied to any language really, as long as it's not super niche and it's quite common. So what I'm going to do now actually is search on Amazon Bluetooth shower speaker, because I don't believe that many people will have one. There we go, so you can see shower speaker, and you can see there's a few ones here. So the question really is how much should you pay for it? Well, you can see there's a few cheap ones on there. That one, the first one, is very cheap. £6.83, not too bad. So I'll click on that and let's see what happens. Okay, cool. So that looks really basic. It's dead cheap. I don't know how good the battery life will be, but let's have a look at the other pictures. Just tells you a bit about it. So as long as it attaches to some part of the shower, so you can listen to it while you're in the shower, and the battery life is better than 2 hours, for example, then that's decent. And if, to be fair, you have a shower that lasts 5 to 10 minutes, what you can do is connect your phone to it via Bluetooth before you go in the shower. Have your phone outside the shower, maybe in your bedroom or something. So that might actually come with the suction cup, and it does. I can see it on the picture. So what you can do is stick that to the wall of your shower and then turn it on. And then you can search for podcasts related to traveling. So if I'm looking for Spanish or Italian or Portuguese, there'll be loads of content. So hopefully Philomena's target language is popular. Alternatively, she could even put maybe a song on in her target language in the shower as well. Depends how long she's having the shower for, and also her mood. Also, we have to consider that in the morning, if we're having a shower, we might be on autopilot, sort of daydreaming, not fully woken up. So try and avoid something too complicated. Like if it's about traveling and it's about finding the best deals, that might take a bit of thought. Whereas if it's background music and it's just music in your target language, where there's still lyrics, that can be really useful. Cool. Next one is someone called Nyogen. I'm not sure if I pronounced that right, but there we go. So he submitted a few different routines. The first one is having a shower, 5 to 10 minutes, which I imagine everyone to submit. Another one is eating breakfast, so 5 to 15 minutes. Okay, that's cool. And then taking a break at work, 5 minutes to 30 minutes. So there we have a few different things, a few different routines where you can do something to get you closer to your language goal. So you can do some activity within those times. And his hobbies include playing an instrument, music, arts, and crafts. So got a few things to go off there. So to start with, having a shower, he also needs to buy a Bluetooth speaker, which will help him obviously maximize the amount of time he's spending in the shower. So he's not just daydreaming, he's actually getting closer to his language goal without thinking about it. Now, eating breakfast, that's a good one whereby you just sat down, you might be daydreaming or thinking about the day ahead. So at that point, you can have the radio on or something, so it tells you news or something, or even music. To be fair, at this point, you can have whatever you want on, because as long as you're hearing the intonations and the voice of your target language being spoken, that's absolutely perfect. And if you can have that while having a shower, then afterwards you get out of the shower, you get dressed, and you have breakfast, and you listen to, say, the same music or the same podcast or something different, it doesn't matter at this point. But if your interests are playing an instrument, it could be useful if you, say, watch some news or a YouTube video on how to play the guitar or how to play the instrument that you like to play. That could be perfect. For example, if you're used to listening to the news or watching the news while you're having breakfast, change it so that you're on YouTube and you're watching someone teach you how to play the instrument that you're interested in. And the final one is arts and crafts. That's quite broad. So it depends on what sort of arts and crafts you're into, but you could just put on YouTube videos of someone making the craft that you're into in your target language. You could also add subtitles on as well. So if you don't fully understand what's going on, you can have it in your target language as well. Then finally, taking a break at work. Now, this is something that everyone should probably do and will be doing at work. We have a quick break, but normally you go on social media. Instead, what we could do is open his favorite language app like Duolingo or Memrise or something, and open a section of it that's relevant to his interest. So, for example, if it's about music or playing an instrument, there'll be some areas on the app where it's maybe not a scenario, but maybe it's related to that thing. Or maybe a few phrases are there about arts and crafts and like talking to different people about it. To be fair, he could even listen to a podcast in his target language while on a break from work, and that's feasible as well. And at this point, his mind will probably be more awake, so he'll have more attention span. So if he wants to listen to more content, more interesting content about how to play an instrument, he could do that as well by searching onto YouTube about how to do it, or even listening to a podcast. But now you can go into a bit more depth because you're not just on autopilot all the time. You can think about what you're listening to. So that's it. Advice for 2 people. Now, if you want to also submit your current routines and your interests and stuff, I've also added another bit onto it which says language. So next video, what I'll do is I'll actually search it myself and find it in that specific language. For example, if it's in French, I'll find your podcast related to playing an instrument in French. But the bottom line is, even if you're a busy person, you can find time, little minutes here and there, to get closer to your language goals, even if you're not spending 5 or 6 hours per day. Little and often builds up massively. Anyway, there's a few links in the description for things that you might be interested in. But in the meantime, see you later.